Good morning, good morning. Welcome to 4x8 Paper Stuff. This is Beth. It is November. I cannot believe I'm saying November. So, this month I'm doing the Turkey Diaries. Now, this is a complete and utter perseverance project. I want to do a project with page protectors sporadically. So badly, my heart just can't deal with it. But I'm never successful with that thought process. So I'm going to try it a little bit differently. I am not giving up. This is what do they call these things? A scout guide. Now, a while back, a couple years ago maybe, Shannon Green said we all needed scout guides, and she alters hers and she does them beautifully. I got some, and I never did anything with them. This is one from Jackson Hole, Wyoming. And I think I have one or two. There's nothing like this in our area, so I got them off of Etsy, I believe, years ago for nothing. They're free in stores, but South Carolina, it is what it is. So the first page is a title page. Then I have a reason why, which I'm going to skip over. And then I'm going to do a calendar page every month. Now, my favorite thing to do in a journal is create some kind of wackadoodle story. So this month is, I'm counting here to make sure I have enough pages to do all 30 for the month of November. After I started it, of course, that's when you count to make sure it's big enough. It is. Spoiler alert, it is. So the first day in our month, our story is about a very wealthy woman who needs to prepare for Thanksgiving and or the month of November. And how she manages her staff and how her staff helps her out get everything ready. It is completely fictitious, based on somebody, but I'm trying to not make that completely obvious. As if I were some fancy Vanderbilt woman living in the Vanderbilt mansion in Asheville and, getting my staff prepared for their chores for the month of November. So day one, because I am hosting November this year, I need all of my brass serving platters polished. That's day one. And that's kind of going to be how this is going to go. Now, there are some extremes. There are some little trips. I do have all 30 prompts ready to go. And I made myself have a couple rules. I must use my supplies. I am going to try to draw a little bit more, use more stamping, and don't give up. Most importantly, don't give up. Most importantly, don't give up. I made my planning very loose. And if I do page protectors, they're going to be in this book somehow. Don't know how I'm going to do that yet. And if there aren't, that's fine with me. But I wanted a book that had thick pages. I started making my own. Then I remembered I had this thing. This is another way to use up some of my stuff. My shelf of books now is 1/8 of an inch thinner. Woohoo! Anyhow, so I'm using paper that I painted. I'm going to be using stamps. I'm going to be drawing, and I'm going to be writing a silly narrative so that I can continue with that thought process throughout the month of November with my Turkey Diaries. So, this is all in good fun. This is, may I repeat, all in good fun. I'm not making fun of wealthy people. I'm not wishing I was wealthy. Although we could have more art supplies, but I don't need a whole house full. And it's just a fun way of making a journal, having fun, and trying to improve my skills so that this thought process might lend itself to December daily. When I do December dailies, I am not documenting every day of my life in December. I've done it a couple times, and our traditions are the same every single year. Now, some people say that's great because you want to see how you do it differently every year. That same, set the table. How do you do it every single year? That's great. It's more fun to make up stories about other people, in my opinion. And that's just how I roll. Um, I'm not saying the other way is right, wrong, indifferent, whatever. It's just this is how I roll. And I roll with silly stories, fictitious events, um, and stretching my imagination. And that's where I come in at. So all I've done is add a few frames with messy borders because I'm still on that messy border kick. And polish. Is that how you spell polish? Now it looks like Polish. Are Polish and polish the same thing? Oh, good Lord. Anyhow, we're going to pretend like they are. Okay. I think they are. I'm not so sure. Improve your spelling. That's another skill I want to work on. Okay, so I'm going to read you the narrative I wrote. And the best part is I want a couple consistencies. A drawing a day. This is going to be my text paper, and this is from that book that I got at a thrift store in December of last year. And it's a sermon preparation thing. And it's crazy, but the paper stinks by the way, but it has also got a couple different colors. And it came in a binder, so that's why I got it. And then when I got home, I realized what it was. So that's going to be my text paper. So what I wrote was, the staff takes the steps as seriously as I do. No streaks, no paste buildup, and must inspect all items for rust. When the polishing step is done, each item goes into a flannel bag. These bags were purchased from Turkey with this chore in mind. The flannel comes from sheep raised in the highlands of the Carpathian Mountains. The wool is hand-spun, hand-washed, and made into a thin felt and stitched into bags. Perfect for storing brass trays. That's going to be kind of like how they go. I'm not making fun of the person that I'm channeling when I do this, but some of these steps she does require. Oh dear. Anyhow, so it's just fun. Pretend like I'm on Downton Abbey. Okay. All right. Oh, Downton Abbey. No, it's more fun to do it with this modern person. Okay. So, look at me. I'm getting out my Amy Tangerine stamps. I love this font stamp. She did it for a store in Hawaii many years ago. I lost them at one time and bought another set. Luckily, they still had them in stock. She did it for a meetup in Hawaii at a scrapbook store there. Sakura Lala, maybe? I don't know. Anyhow, so now I have two of these, and little by little, a set has gone to the beach and a set stays here. That, putting them in a pill bottle, was genius, and that was My Life Mitts idea from years ago. And they're still in there. They're basically still labeled. The permanent marker hasn't completely rubbed off, and I just have them separated by like 3 letters or 4 letters at a time. My letters are filthy dirty, so they don't stick. Sometimes I have to use human glue. But anyhow, this is so much fun. This is fun. This is what I wanted to do last month, and I couldn't make it work in my head. I did too much stuff in Procreate. I say that it's only the first. I'm not going to give up. Hold me to it. I'm not giving up. Now, I did buy this book the other day for drawing skills. There's no cleaning supplies in it. Boo-hoo. This sticker book I bought last year, and it's not the right shape stickers I want to use. So I'm just going to take some packing paper, thank you Amazon, and draw my little brass polish on this paper. And I'm going to try to make this a consistent item too throughout the book. When I'm drawing an item, draw it on this paper and then glue it down. So I'm going to make my own kind of like ephemera. Now, my drawing is super, super generic, as you all know. But maybe by the end of the month, I can draw a proper cleaning supply bottle. I don't know. We'll see. Anyhow, so it just is supposed to kind of look like it. And if I get close enough, I'm okay with that. So I'm writing Brasso on here, and I somehow poked a hole through through the paper. So we already have a hole in our brass polish. It's only November 1st, but that's okay. That's okay. We're going to put some washi tape over it and pretend like the brass polish isn't leaking all over the place and go with it. Okay. So much fun. So much fun. Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow and see what our beautiful staff gets up to. Bye.